So it's all over the internet. Some people excited about it, some people don't like it too much. But for Shakur, he got a crazy bag, and on top of that, he's now gonna fight the biggest and best fights, right? Is he? Welcome back to the channel, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping back in. As always, we won't waste no time. Let's get right to it. So after all the talk about whether or not Shakur would sign with Zuffa, we can now put the speculation to bed because as we all know by now, he finally put the pen to paper and made it official with Dana White and Zuffa Boxing. So now that that's done, what does it really do? What does it really mean? Let's talk about it. So it's all over the internet. Some people excited about it, some people don't like it too much. But for Shakur, he got a crazy bag, and on top of that, he's now gonna fight the biggest and best fights, right? Is he? Really? See, for Zuffa, this is the biggest signing so far, right? But signing Shakur and putting him in the biggest and best fights, two different things, right? First thing first, why did Shakur even sign with Zuffa? Well, according to Shakur,
truthfully, the big fights is the big fights that I've been winning for years and years, as in the Devin Haneys and the Gervonta Davis. I think Turkey does the deals with Zuffa and they all align. So me and Devin, then we can get the fight on and let's see who the best in the world. He said he'll meet at 144, and we all know he's gonna be bigger than me. But I'm comfortable. Whatever weight class he come in that night, he still won't be able to beat me.
So I'm not mad at Shakur for this at all. He got a bag, and for the fighters, that's the most important thing. Get the bag. But in that clip, he said what he always say. I want the biggest and best fights. I want the biggest and best names, right? He also said he ain't worried about undisputed no more, right? Well, Shakur is a 4-division champion, man. I mean, he won titles in 4 different divisions, so being undisputed don't move the needle for him no more. And I get that. That's cool. I mean, but then he said, when Devin Haney went to Australia and beat George Kambosos for all the belts, in his opinion, that kind of watered down the undisputed thing. He said no disrespect to Devin, but Kambosos wasn't on that level. So Devin kind of cherry-picked his undisputed accomplishment. If you're going to say no disrespect to Devin, but then disrespect them with the very next thing that comes out your mouth, then don't say no disrespect. I'm just saying. But anyway, so Shakur ain't chasing belts no more. He chasing names. Tank, Devin. You know what I mean? The biggest fights, the biggest names, the fights fans want to see him fight, right? Cool. But here's my problem. How is Zuffa going to get these fights? Seriously, how? Because every Zuffa boxing card we've seen so far got pretty much all Zuffa fighters fighting against each other. But Shakur ain't asking for those fights. He asking for Tank and Devin. He asking for Gary Antoine Russell and Ryan Garcia. Those dudes ain't signed with Zuffa, at least not yet. And outside of Devin, none of them are free agents. So now you gotta sit down with promoters that you've been beefing with. Oscar De La Hoya and Dana White, Eddie Hearn and Dana White, PBC. Everybody gotta come together, because if they don't, how you giving Shakur these fights? And let's keep it 100. Nobody wanna watch Shakur fight Rayo or any other Zuffa fighter outside of maybe Conor Ben. Why? Because his style. He's so defensive. He's a master boxer and technician. People already know what's gonna happen. He gonna box their head off, right? Win every round, and go home with a bag. That's why all the fans keep screaming for Tank and Devin. Because we want to see somebody that's going to push Shakur. We want to see somebody that's going to make him dig deep. That's what makes those fights so big. And speaking of Devin, the crazy part is, Zuffa only got 8 weight classes. Heavyweight, cruiserweight, light heavyweight, I think that's 175, middleweight 160, welterweight 147, lightweight 135, featherweight 126 or 122, I think 126, and bantamweight 118. Zuffa don't even have a 140-pound division. So what happens with Shakur? He going to 147 or he going back to 135? If it's 147, then that catch weight with Devin goes out the window. That 144, that's out the window. Well, according to Shakur, Everybody involved got a relationship with Turkey, and he don't think the weight class is going to stop the big fights from happening. So at the end of the day, I think the signing is definitely a dub for Zuffa. Shakur got the bag. But now let's see if he get these big fights. Let's see if he get these big names. Because if the next fight ain't Tank, which it ain't going to be, or Devin, or Gary Antoine Russell, or somebody of that caliber, the fans going to start asking questions real quick. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it off in the comments. As always, y'all know my motto. If you want to keep it a stack, cut the cat. We out. Peace.
Hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe, man. Rock with your boy, man.